In the newsroom, he's in Exeter. He's at the headquarters of Flybe, the airline that was forced to cancel dozens of flights this morning. Talking to him in just a moment. And Nick Owen is in Birmingham to tell us about volunteer residents at a care home who've been doing exercises sitting down to see if it's good for their health. Can't wait to find out more about that one, Nick. Let's go to Hamish first of all. So, huge problems for Flybe passengers. What's been going on?
Yes, I mean, this is the head office of Flybe here in Exeter, and it was a really bad day for the company, but a bad day as well for hundreds of passengers who were due to get on Flybe flights which didn't run this morning. Dozens of flights. Birmingham and Belfast were amongst the worst affected places. Flybe originally told us it was operational difficulties, but then as the day went on, they actually said, you know what, it was a shortage of pilots. They say it's an industry-wide problem, but it was also exacerbated by the fact that some of their own pilots are using up leave at the end of the leave year as well. And when I went inside to interview the chief executive, I said to her, did you know this was coming? She said, yes, we had a feeling this was coming. And I said, well, why were you still selling seats? Why were the passengers only told today these flights wouldn't go? Her answer was, that's a very good question. I'm trying to find out why.
Well, that's all very well, but the company is closing 2 of its bases and downgrading another one as it reduces its fleet. So where are those bases? Why are they closing them? And that presumably means job losses.
Indeed it does. Flybe won't say how many jobs are actually going to be affected. The bases which are closing are in Cardiff and Doncaster, and the base that you can see just behind me here, the bit that looks after the jet planes, that's going to be changing because Flybe is doing away with jets. That's because they're more expensive than the turboprop aircraft that they use for the shorter routes, so there are going to be fewer Flybe staff. Routes which are going to be affected from here, for example, you won't be able to fly to Spain and to Portugal, Mallorca to Faro, to Malaga as well. So bad news for staff, bad news for passengers as well. Flybe has been in some financial trouble for quite a while. It lost £20 million in 2017, and it was saying it was on the edge of bankruptcy before it was taken over by a consortium at the start of the year, including Virgin Atlantic's Richard Branson. So we've known about uncertainty at Flybe for a time. This was the day that uncertainty turned into reality.
Hamish, I know plenty more in Spotlight, BBC One 6:30 in the southwest. Thank you very much, Hamish Marshall. Let's go now to Nick Owen in Birmingham, exercising while you're sitting down, Nick.
Yeah, the essence of this is to assess whether sedentary exercise can significantly improve the health and well-being of frail and elderly people. In other words, people who can't get up and about very easily, and if they are to try some sort of fitness regime, they really need to do it sitting down. The oldest in this group is 92. The University of Birmingham set up a study at a Christadelphian care home in the city, where some of the residents, all volunteers, are taking part in 6 weeks of supervised exercise using specially adapted machinery. The resistance element of the machines is powered by air, so obviously less powerful than standard gym equipment, and the data is uploaded to the cloud so the results can be monitored by the experts, and the machines themselves are intelligent enough to vary the resistance according to how easy or difficult the volunteers are finding them to use. The leader of the study is Professor Anna Whitaker.
They get older, so we've got 30 to 40% of over 65s not doing any moderate or vigorous activity. We've got 80 to 90% of over 80-year-olds never do any strength training, but strength training is crucial for balance and for keeping your independence and mobility.
The equipment's on loan, but it's hoped to raise enough funds to make it a permanent feature in the home.
And what's the reaction been so far?
Well, it's early days, of course, with the sessions taking place 3 times a week, supervised for the time being, and then 6 weeks on their own. But reaction does seem to be extremely positive, with the volunteers already feeling the benefit, whether it's helping with their mobility or easing aches and pains. And besides helping to improve muscle tone to make it less likely they'll fall, it's also hoped it'll help with incontinence, Simon.
Nick Owen. That eyebrow, you didn't need to do that. Thank you very much. That's the other one as well. Nick Owen in Birmingham and Hamish Marshall in Exeter. Thank you both very much.